Hello and welcome to WoW Classic News and Updates. Today we're covering the Wowhead interview on Wrath of the Lich King Classic with Brian Birmingham, the lead software engineer for the Classic WoW team. In a recent interview, Wowhead writer Rockman was able to ask Brian a number of questions that have come up since the announcement of Wrath of the Lich King Classic. The first and possibly most burning question was about looking for dungeon. Players are already arguing over whether or not LFD should be included in the game. The debate over LFD has absolutely blown up, and a large, or at least loud, group of players are making a case that LFD should be included in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. The outcry has got to have Blizzard wondering, we thought you don't, but I guess you do? In response to the pro-LFD crowd. Brian explained that while LFD will not be in the game, at least at launch, they are working on some kind of streamlined group finder, similar to what we have in TBC and also to what is available in retail. He also eased all of our biggest worries and let us know that even without LFD, we will still be able to acquire Perky Pug. I, for one, am quite relieved. The next question was in regards to raid lockouts. In Wrath of the Lich King, normal and hard mode versions of raids were introduced, as well as 10 and 25-man versions of each raid. This led to players running the same raid lockout 4 times. 10-man normal and heroic, and 25-man normal and heroic. Though it may seem counterintuitive, the average WoW player may not actually want to spend that much time raiding in-game. Surprising, I know. Brian said they're looking into having normal and hard modes share lockouts, but they're looking for community feedback. Good luck, Brian. The community loves their feedback. Another big issue that has come up has been race and faction changes. Wrath brings with it changes to racials, and in particular, a shift from Horde PvP racials being considered overpowered Alliance human racials being considered the de facto BIS. Brian made it clear that the team would rather find ways to even the playing field than to open up race and faction changes, even if that means banning racials from arenas. This has spurred some outcry from the community, as some players have already bought their character boosts, paid for slave pin runs, and gotten carried through GDKPs so that they can enjoy the imbalanced human racial as the game intended it. Outside of arenas, Wrath brings some open world PvP that is going to make those one-sided servers feel a bit stagnant. Brian let us know that the Classic team has been talking about this issue and is looking into ways to make areas like Wintergrasp accessible not only for minority factions, but also give a reason for players to potentially seek out and enjoy being the underdog on those imbalanced servers. This could come in the form of buffs to the underdog players, turning them into raid bosses fueled by the rage of being farmed for honor back in Phase 2 of Classic. This doesn't address the single faction mega servers, but at this point they may be too far gone. Much like TBC, the Classic team plans to implement pre-nerf versions of Wrath raids, and even make changes that prevent players from cheesing things like access to Algalon the Observer. The goal of the team is to create that original home-cooked feel and even fix mistakes that they made back in original Wrath. Dual specs are going to be coming with Wrath, and they'll be coming without any new restrictions. We still don't know if they'll be in at launch, but Brian emphasized that the point of dual specs is to allow players flexibility with experimentation. And finally, arenas have already had some changes announced for Wrath, including no team restrictions, so players can maintain their personal arena rating and can queue with whoever they want. In addition to that, Rockman asked Brian about arena map changes. Brian made it sound like the team is currently torn between giving the original versions of arena maps, like Ring of Valor, for that delicious buggy taste, or the sleek finalized versions. Thank you to Brian Birmingham and the WoW team for providing us with this information, and thank you to Rockman for such detailed questions. And an extra thank you for all of you that are watching, and remember that every like and subscribe turns an oatmeal raisin cookie into a chocolate chip cookie. Have a great day, and as always, happy hunting.